Welcome, everybody. So we'll start now. I'll tell you guys a little bit about RCCL, about our center. So Ratna Center, because a lot of you are new, I think. So Ratna Center for Conscious Living is a center for holistic well-being and psychological services. And it was founded by Dr. Sampurna, who is a senior psychologist and a pioneer in forgiveness research and work in India. And she created this center as a space for people to connect within themselves and to, you know, use the potential fully and create the life that they really want. And to support people in doing this, we offer a wide range of services. We do workshops, retreats, training, therapy, counseling. We do a lot of different things. And Dr. Sampurna is also a Heal Your Life teacher trainer for India. So a lot of you might know Heal Your Life, Louise Hay, and some of you may not know. So Louise Hay is a very well-known metaphysical teacher. She's a renowned author and motivational speaker, and she's best known for her book You Can Heal Your Life, which emphasizes about how our thoughts create our reality and the power of self love to overcome emotional and physical challenges. And in her book, she also talks about how she had a very abusive childhood. And once she got a little older, things started getting better. And there were phases in her life where things were fine. And again, things went downhill when she was diagnosed with cancer. But she recovered from that by working on herself using different modalities. And the base of it all was self love and working on herself. And today is her 99th birth anniversary. And the best way to honor her legacy would be by spreading her work. So, which is really focused on self-love. And our topic today, overcoming fear, is a very integral part of cultivating that self-love, right? So, Preeti, so we have Nandini, Raj, and Preeti from our team over here today. So, Preeti will tell you guys more about it. So, over to you, Preeti.
Yeah, okay. Hi everyone. So let's just talk about fear. So, who has felt fear in their life, right? Like we have all felt some form of fear, all throughout. And there are so many kinds of fear that we experience, the day-to-day fears and plus the big picture fears. Like we have our day-to-day fears, like, about traffic, about how our day is going to go, about work, about our relationships. And then also we have like fears about the big picture, like fear of moving forward, making big changes. We fear what's going to happen, fear of, taking a chance, fear of being stuck. So, there are so many different types of fears that we experience, and a lot of us have this go about our day-to-day lives with this undercurrent of fear. And depending on how we have been brought up and the beliefs that we have grown up with, we kind of deal with them in different ways, both healthy and unhealthy. But most of us deal with fear in, more or so in unhealthy ways. So when we talk about fear, like why do we experience it? It's mostly because we don't know what's going to happen next. And often it's also because that we have a lack of trust that, life has our back. And it is true that, we don't know what's going to happen next. No, none of us here really know what's going to happen next. So what Louise Hay says is that as children, we are taught to be afraid. And most of the negative beliefs and fears that we grow up with are dictated by, our caregivers, our parents, or any, some of the important people that we have grown up with. But when it comes to fear, if or any uncertainty, you would notice that, we don't focus on, what good can happen. The first thing that our mind goes to is what's the worst that can happen. That's exactly where the place that's going to go. So we just scare ourselves, we kind of like go into a space of catastrophic thinking, blow things out of proportion, think what the worst that's going to happen, instead of thinking like, maybe something nice is going to happen, with whatever situation we are in. And one of the things that Louise asks us to do is like, to stop scaring ourselves. And we think we have these scary thoughts, and then we scare ourselves with those scary thoughts. And, she says that we learn to see the world as fearful, and we believe, and we have grown to believe that, life is unsafe. And as we believe, we begin to experience. And she also says that, if you actually break down fear, it's all mostly about thoughts. It's not a reality. Fear is not a fact. It's just thoughts. So a fearful thought is just a thought. And as Louise Hay says, a thought can always be changed. So, like, how can we bring about these changes? So, we will just, start with some a bit of awareness. So, I'd like all of you all to just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. So, Louise Hay also says fear is false evidence appearing real. So, all of you all just close your eyes and just think about something you've been worrying about lately. So, allow those fearful things to come in and notice how you're feeling in your body. Just notice how your body feels. Just notice if there's any tightness, if you feel like you're clenching, if you feel your jaws are getting tight, if you're clenching your fists. Just notice how your body feels. And now with this, we'll just go into like a small exercise. Just continue to keep your eyes closed. We'll start to release these feelings at a physical level. Okay? So now take a deep breath. And as you exhale, allow the tension to leave your body. You can take another deep breath, and you can blow out the tension and fear from your body. Let your scalp and your forehead relax. Allow your face to relax. Let your tongue relax. Relax your shoulders, your throat. Relax your back. Feel your chest relax. Allow your abdomen to relax. Relax your pelvis. Allow your breath to slow down. Allow your breath to slow down and relax your legs and relax your feet. Just notice if there's any change in your body. Just notice how much you're holding on to. And in this relaxed, comfortable position, say to yourself, I am willing to let go. I release. I let go. I release all tension. I release all fear. I release all anger. I release all guilt. I release all sadness. I let go of all old limitations. I let go and I am at peace. I am at peace with myself. I am at peace with the process of life. I am safe. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and you can come back. Now you can just notice how you're feeling in your body and notice also how you're feeling about the situation that you thought about. Okay, then with that, I'll pass it on to Nandini.
Okay. So, when Preeti first asked you to think about the fearful feeling, what happened in your thoughts? Like, what kind of thoughts were you having? Do you notice that when we're experiencing fear, no, we just allow our thoughts to completely take over. It's like it goes from 1 to 1,000 in one moment. And what actually creates all that disturbance, the difficult feelings for us, is not even the situation itself, but the fact that we're allowing our mind to go into all these thoughts and all those thoughts churning around and all of that. So when it's like when that fear comes in, before anything terrible even happens, it's all already happening in our mind. And if you notice, heartbeat increased, everything, right? At the physical level, emotional level, thoughts, it's just so much of churning happens. And if you actually start noticing the kind of thoughts that go in your mind, you'll find something like you'll find all kinds of dramatic thoughts like, gone, I'm dead, I'm doomed. See, I can't trust anyone. I was right not to do this. All those kinds of things. Life is so unfair. It's either things about other people in life or it's about ourselves. Like, I'm such a loser. I'm so dumb. How could I have not even done this? How could I have not even known this? All those kinds of things. And when these thoughts come in, uh, it one thing is it makes us feel really, really bad. And but it doesn't just stop there. It literally drains our energy and even our ability to handle the situation. Has anyone experienced that? Yeah? Yeah. So I'm seeing some nods. So what can we do instead of terrorizing ourselves in this way? What else can we do with our thoughts? What if we could support ourselves in the situation by actually changing how we speak to ourselves? What if we could start saying things which are reassuring, that give us peace, that give us strength? So things like, I'm here for you, I'm safe, everything is working out for me, things like that. Wouldn't that be really nice if we could, in that moment, start shifting our thoughts and start going into this track? So, by the way, these some of these statements that I just said, they are called positive affirmations. How many of you know about affirmations? You can just raise your hand. Okay, some of you do. Cool. So, for those of you who don't know, an affirmation is basically anything that we think and say. And studies have shown that we have about 80,000 thoughts a day, and an affirmation can be positive or negative. When we are talking about positive affirmations, we are basically making simple statements that express what we actually want in our lives in present tense. So, things like, I'm capable, I'm strong, I'm loved, I'm lovable, it's okay for me to make mistakes, things like this. So now, for a moment, go back to that thing that you were feeling anxious or fearful about. and notice in that particular situation, what do you actually want to feel? What do you want? For example, do you want to feel supported? Do you want more time, clarity? Maybe you want to feel understood, accepted. Just notice. And then see what can you actually tell yourself here? Something that would feel good for you. So, for example, if you said, I want to feel supported, um, that statement which I made earlier of, I'm here for you, I am supported, I accept myself as I am. If some of you wanted clarity, then maybe it would be helpful to tell yourself things like, I'm a capable person, I'm willing to see the situation clearly, the right solutions open up for me. So just see in your particular situation, what could actually make you feel better? And one way to think about it is also to see if someone else told you something that would really help. If someone around you actually said this and it would really help, what would that be? And the good thing about affirmations is you can say those to yourself. So you can say, I'm not alone, I'm loved, support is available for me. Yeah, you're secure, I have your back, things like that. So you can actually take a couple of moments and you can write down a few statements like this for yourself that you can use in this situation. Ha, beautiful, you're guided by the divine. And if you like, you can also send it in the chat box. It'll be nice because others can also borrow from you. So I'll also put some other examples in the chat box if you guys want to use any of these. Yeah, if you feel at peace with divine connection, then God is always with me. Yeah, I'm open and receptive to all good. So, do you all have at least two or three? You can just give me a thumbs up if you do. Yeah. Yeah, you're loved and taken care of by the divine. Nice. So now that you have these statements, say them out loud to yourself. You can actually close your eyes and say them out loud to yourself. I trust the process of life. I'm safe. Yeah. And notice how it feels to say these things, to hear these things. I'm safe. I'm divinely guided to make the right choices. My family is always supportive and loves me. I'm capable. I'm totally adequate for all situations. Yeah. And then you can open your eyes. And there are actually many, many different ways to use affirmations. I'm open and receptive to all the good and abundance in the universe. Nice. Yeah. So there are many ways to use affirmations, and another powerful way is to actually say it in the mirror. So you can all take out your mirrors, or if you have mirrors in your room, you can go to your mirror and look into your eyes in the mirror and now say these affirmations to yourself as you look into your eyes. And when you're saying it in the mirror, no, you can either say it as I am or you can say it as you are. For example, you can say I am safe or you can say it as you are safe. You can try both ways and see what you like better. And an affirmation which I find really works with fear is to just look into your eyes and tell yourself, I'm here for you. I have your back. And you're only saying this to yourself. So you can say that in the mirror. I'm here for you. I have your back. And just close your eyes for a moment and notice how that feels. And when you think about the situation now, how do you feel? Do you feel the same or is there even a slight difference? Just notice. Then you can open your eyes, safe and in peace. Nice. So many times when we look into the mirror or when we look at ourselves, we're so critical and we're so quick to say something negative, and it just brings us down. Wouldn't it be so much nicer to get out of that habit and say things which actually are supportive, which help us, which make us feel good, all of that? So this technique that we just used, the mirror thing, it's called mirror work, and it is a technique that Louise Hay used a lot. And if you want to know more about this technique, she has a book called Mirror Work 21 Days to Heal Your Life, which is a pretty good book. So you can try that, you can check that out. Yeah. So, another thing that we do when we're faced with fears is we go into what Preeti said earlier, no? We go into worst case scenarios. It's like we're already anticipating that everything will go wrong. And we may even tell ourselves, oh, I'm actually doing something good by doing that because only if I see all that, I'll be prepared. But what generally happens is that we get into such a jittery and nervous and terrible state that we can't even think clearly. And usually in that state, the decisions we make are end up not being the best for us. So now let us actually do the opposite. So you can close your eyes again, and this time think for a moment. In this particular situation, if things actually turned out amazing, what would that look like? Imagine everything going really well, everything in the situation just aligning beautifully, people supporting you, things happening smoothly, just falling into place. Feel it like it's really happening now. And notice how that is, how it feels to have this happening so beautifully for you. Then you can open your eyes and come back. Yeah. So, how did that feel? You can just do this. Yeah, thumbs up. Nice. Great. So, what we did just now, it's something very small. It took like a minute. And some of you might think it's like going into fantasy land, but this actually makes a big difference. And by the way, even when we're going into worst case scenarios, no, that is also fantasy land because nothing has actually happened yet. Here, at least visualizing what we actually want. We're doing something that's good for us, what we want. And it's powerful because it opens up to that possibilities. Because when we start practicing this, with time, we notice that we'll get out of that fixation that many of us have of everything is going to go wrong. And we start opening up to the possibility that, okay, good can also happen. And the best thing about this is, even if things don't happen exactly the way you planned, even if things don't go exactly the way you visualized it and all that, because now you're in touch with what you really want and how you want to be feeling, even if this situation doesn't work out, you can find another way to have this. So our focus starts centering more into actually what we want rather than depending on any one particular situation to give us that. So either way, whether it happens exactly like that or if it just gets us in touch with what we really want, it is a win-win. So is this something that you would like to start practicing and bringing into your life? Visualizing everything going well? Yeah, yes, no, yes, okay, cool. So, by the way, I want to be clear about one thing. None of what we did today, like whether it was what you did with Preeti, releasing the tension in the body, whether it is shifting ourselves, starting to shift our self talk, opening up to possibilities, none of this is to deny that sometimes bad can happen. Okay, sometimes things won't go our way, and that is just a part of life. Here, the tools we have shared are to help you improve your experience right now because, as Louise says, our point of power is in the present moment, and what we do now has an impact on how things turn out for us. And when we use these methods, the way we experience life changes because instead of just terrorizing ourselves and instead of, the minutes there's some uncertainty or there's some fear, instead of making the whole process terrible for ourselves, feeling miserable, we can actually make things easier, more pleasant. We can support ourselves. And as we start changing the way we respond to life, life becomes more pleasant and enjoyable. And that's what we all want, right? So, as we're coming to the end of this session, we'll just open up the call. Raj, if you could open the call to sharing. And after that, we'll close with an affirmation. So whoever wants to, if you have a question or you want to share, you can unmute and speak.
Is it absolutely necessary to have a mirror? And secondly, what is the best time of the day to do affirmations?
Mirror, it's not absolutely essential, but mirror work is powerful. And if you're looking into the mirror, you might as well say nice things to yourself. And
Okay.
affirmations are not ritual. You can do it anytime, 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 every
Okay.
time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Thank you, Nandini. Thank you.
anytime, but also like in the mornings when you wake up, when you're in that half asleep mode, then they're more powerful if you say it at that time. You're just waking up, so your day starts with that. And even when
Okay.
right before you sleep, when you say do your affirmations and sleep, you're sleeping with those thoughts instead of like using your phone or something like that.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Thank you.
Nandini, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to share something if there are no more questions, because this topic, overcoming fear, was something which was recently very relevant for me in connection with forgiveness, actually, because I was in a situation where I had to meet someone who had hurt me a lot in the past, and I was trying to avoid the meeting. And I attended a workshop by a Mataji connected to positive thinking. And I asked her, how do you forgive somebody the right way? Because I had decided I was going to go and meet this person because my whole family was meeting this person. But after that, I was so full of fear. What if there's something, the same thing happens again, and there was so much of resentment. And then I started thinking of strategies to avoid anything negative. Like I thought I'll put on my Bluetooth headset and maybe just cover it up so that no one notices I'm listening to something else. Just kind of block out all impulses. But then what the Mataji told me was actually you're forgiving to unload yourself, to unburden your heart. So there's no point in trying to avoid the confrontation. Um, you would have to radiate acceptance to receive acceptance. So she told me to replace the fearful thoughts or anything negative which kept coming up, because it was like some kind of weeds, which keep growing up all of a sudden. No matter how often you pull it out, it keeps coming up again and again, especially the fear and resentment part. So she said, try to think of any positive events, so positive things about this person, and bring them into the focus, because otherwise you tend to spiral into the negative thoughts, and it doesn't get you anywhere. So that's what I did, and the meeting went off really well. It was very nice for everybody, and at the end of the day, we were all feeling so contented and happy, and yeah, so just wanted to share that.
Nice, very nice. And one of the things that we always say when it comes to forgiveness work and all of that, no, it becomes even more powerful if you do some release work. In fact, release work, because when we have all those feelings inside, those feelings carry a lot of energy. And when we don't process those feelings, they just get stuffed down and they come out in different ways. So while the affirmations and all of that, they're powerful on their own, when you do the release and then combine it with that, it becomes much more long lasting and much more healing.
And
So if you want, you can, Louise Hay has this audio meditation called Anger Release. It's really beautiful. It's there, I think, on the Hay House app. You can check that out. And as Nabha had mentioned before, Dr. Sampurna, our founder, is a pioneer of forgiveness work and research. So she has different courses which help with that. We have online as well as in person, so you could check that out.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so then if there are no more questions and sharing, we can do this affirmation together. And this is actually an affirmation that Louise Hay created, which is absolutely beautiful. So it's a longer one. So I'll say each sentence and then you can repeat after me. So you can just close your eyes and we'll do this 3 times. Yeah. So you can close your eyes. Everything is working out for my highest good and greatest joy. Out of this situation, only good comes. I am safe. All is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good and greatest joy. Out of this situation, only good comes. I am safe. All is well in my world. And now I'm going to say it as you are, and you can repeat after me with I am. Yeah. So everything is working out for your highest good and greatest joy. Out of this situation, only good comes. You are safe. All is well in your world. Just notice how it feels to say that. And then you can open your eyes and come back. So I've sent this affirmation in the chat box. Anyone who wants can copy it. And the beautiful thing with this is that you don't even need to know what is coming. You're just protecting that whole thing by saying everything is working out for my highest good and greatest joy. And whatever happens out of this situation, only good comes. I am safe and all is well. So it's like one very nice, wholesome kind of affirmation, which I personally use a lot, and you can too. So with that, we come to a close. Naba, you had some things to say.
So we have some very exciting workshops coming up. Um, Most of these that I'm going to tell you right now are in person, but we have online ones also. So the first one that's happening this weekend is Acceptance Becoming Whole by Nandini. And like the name says, it's about accepting yourself exactly as you are, and in that process, becoming and seeing yourself as a whole. And it's happening on 12th October, that is this Sunday in the morning. And the next one is Love Yourself, Heal Your Life by the 2-day Love Yourself, Heal Your Life workshop, which is in the philosophy of Louise Hay. And it's by Preeti. It's happening next weekend, 25th and 26th October. And in that workshop, you basically connect with your inner child and let go of whatever is holding you back and, create the life that you really want. So that, and we also have the Forgiveness Path to Freedom workshop coming up. That happens twice in a year, in Jan and in August. So the August one just got over. The January one is on 24th to 27th Jan next year. And this is Dr. Sampurna's life-changing workshop that really guides you through the entire process of forgiveness, where you release old baggage and things that you hold on to that don't work for you, and reconnect with yourself and integrate the events of your life and genuinely empower yourself with real forgiveness. And we have the teacher training for that starting in November, on November 1st. It's a 6-month intensive training starting from November 1st and goes on till next year, April. And we also have another teacher training, the Heal Your Life teacher training, where you get trained to run the 2-day Heal Your Life workshop, and many other small Heal Your Life workshops. Basically, you get trained to run workshops which are in the philosophy of Louise Hay. And that's happening from the 16th to 23rd of May next year. That also happens only once a year. And like I said in the beginning, Dr. Sampurna is one of the teacher trainers for India. So that's the training that's going to happen. And we also have many other online courses that we have on many, many topics like forgiveness, trust, money, abundance, um, grace, generosity, so many different topics. So we'll send you all of this information. And right now, we won't be sending you the messages from our official number. It'll be through my number because we have some issues with our official number's WhatsApp. So I'll be sending it through my number. So you don't need to save that number. Instead, you can just save our official number. So yeah, that's about it.
Naba. So with that,
Thank
we
you so
come
much.
to a
Thank you.
welcome. Who asked this? Nandini, the weekend workshops are in person. The acceptance one and the love yourself, heal your life. It's happening in Chennai. We have a good night, good evening, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.